How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is your host, Ross Allen, bringing you another interview with the Fourth and Long Radio. Today, I have Commissioner of the WCAF, the West Coast Arena Football League. We have Dan Klepsch with us. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great, Ross. Again, thank you. My name is Dan Klepsch, and I am the commissioner of the WCAF, and we appreciate you having me on tonight.
No problem, sir. This is going to be. I'm been looking for this, so this is good. So, just real quick, what exactly is a WCAF before we get things going?
Yeah, so WCAF, we are the West Coast Arena Football. Formerly, we were the CGSL, or the California Giant Sequoia League. We are an arena football league, and we are looking to bring arena football back to the West Coast.
All right, and so you guys were founded when?
We were founded in 2018, late in the year, and are in the process of getting everything finally ramped up to our starting season.
And then we're located in. Are you based out of California then, with the West Coast, formerly the California Giant Sequoia?
Yes, we are based out of California.
All right, and so as of right now, even though it's a pretty new league, you guys do have some teams. So how many teams and the names of those teams? Then?
Yeah, we have 4 teams right now. We have teams based out of Bakersfield, which is the Pantheons, a team out of Stockton, which is the Scorpions. Fresno has a team, which is the Fog, and then we have the San Francisco Disruptors.
Now, out of those, how did those kind of teams and names come up with between location and how did the actual names actually come about? Was there a committee with that?
Yeah, so everybody kind of sat down and we talked about the different options. In addition to that, one of the big things we looked at was to get the community involved and kind of see what we wanted to do there. So we kind of took the same approach even with the designs of what our uniforms would be. We have a social media following, and we used that to kind of be a platform to see what we could do.
All right, and so with those, we let's talk about the season then. So, do we have plans for a season at this point?
We do. So with everything going on right now, especially with COVID, it's hard. Obviously, professional sports just started back up again. So for us being semi-pro amateur league, we're still working on venues and trying to get everything going. We do have a couple options in place right now. Ideally, our season would typically run April through July. We'd have our bowl game in August, and the plan is for that to start in 2021. Obviously, with everything happening, though, that still is subject to change. The one thing we do have set in stone is we will be doing a minimum of 2 exhibition games, though, and those will be held in February of 2021.
All right, and then do we have a location of those where we can kind of expect them to be?
So we are working on different venues right now. As it stands, the plan is we will be having those games held in Nevada because they have cleared openings for the arenas. And that's kind of the direction that keeps everyone in the league still close to their home base while allowing us to still get our players out there.
Gotcha. And then so do we have a name for that bowl game?
They haven't came up with anything yet for that. We're still in the process of finalizing that just due to it being our kickoff season. Before we get everything out there, we want to make sure it's all finalized and that everyone's in agreement on where we're at with that.
All right, then you're talking about with the 4 teams that we have right now, with those team names being brought up by trying to get the community involved. Or could we expect to kind of have the same with with the name of the bowl game? Are you guys taking suggestions? Should we have listeners and other fans kind of send in their thoughts about this?
Yeah, I mean, kind of the biggest thing that I can recommend for that is, follow our social media. The league itself, I have a team that we run our own social media pages across every platform, and then the teams themselves all have social media accounts as well. The easiest way to get any sort of involvement or, voice any concerns, questions, or, support that you have for the league and your local teams is just to go on their pages and let them know what you think about everything.
Cool. That's why I kind of love we're talking new football leagues with the XFL kind of bring on a heavy fan presence. Is that kind of the same
Right.
kind of vibe you guys are trying to accomplish with your league?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be similar. I think the biggest difference from us and, how you bring up the XFL and them trying to establish a big presence again. The big thing with the XFL is they brought in some big names when it brought back in. And then you had
Mm-hmm.
people like Dwayne Johnson get into it.
Yeah.
And when you get a celebrity in there like that, you're going to get a following. For us being a new league, it's a local league out on the West Coast, and we're
Mm-hmm.
trying to not only spread across just our market, we want to go nationwide, and we're working platforms as well to go worldwide. We understand with the current situation of everything going on due to COVID that it's hard for a lot of people to be able to get out to events and watch
Mm-hmm.
them. One of the ways we're trying to combat that is we're allowing a online broadcasting system, and it's broadcasted worldwide. So no matter where you're at, you can be involved and you can watch the games.
Oh, that is going to be super cool. I think it's interesting they bring up the worldwide part about that. And so, what makes you feel like, I guess, why it's important, of course, to have the nation broadcast, but why are you guys focusing also trying to bring it international as well?
I think the biggest thing with that is we want to make it known who the league is and really what we're standing for. Obviously, we're a football league.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing there is to bring entertainment. But outside of that, the big thing that sets us apart as a league is our main focus here is going to be family and involvement through our markets. We want to make sure our target market understands what we are and what it is that we support. And one of the biggest things that we do in that is education. The league itself actually has a partnership with DeVry University. And the main thing that we look at with that is all of our players are enrolled in higher education. So this isn't going to be something where you can just get somebody to walk on for the league. They have to be in the process of showing, hey, we have commitment not only to football, but to bettering ourselves and our
Mm-hmm.
community. In addition to that, with talent, halftime shows, our broadcasting, the big thing we want is we want to stay local. And by local, I don't just mean California, but we
Mm-hmm.
want to support up and coming artists. And we're in the process of working out different contracting deals with a couple different groups in order to do our performance shows too. And then lastly, we have affordability. The big thing we want to promote to everybody is saying, this is an affordable option to be able to watch your sports. We're not charging, hundreds of dollars for a ticket like professional leagues are, and we're still giving you the same value without having to do that.
All right, I love that. If we want to go back to talking about the season, so we had the four teams already as mentioned. Are we planning on introducing any more teams to the league before that 2021 start date?
So as it stands, no, we are not planning on introducing any other teams. We have talked to other other leagues that are similar.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, throughout the nation, we're not the only arena football league.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them, when you look, do have a smaller number of teams,
Mm-hmm.
but they do end up playing exhibition matches against one another, or they end up setting up some sort of bowl competition against one another. Once we're a little bit further into the process and actually have our first season underway, I think is when we start getting into further talks with that.
Okay, gotcha on that one. And then, are we with the arena football? Are we expecting you guys to kind of play under the same rule set and same, like field size, and stuff like that?
Yeah, so in terms of what the standard is,
Mm-hmm.
we're definitely planning on staying on track with that. We don't want to change anything that obviously already works.
Yeah, 100% with that one. And then, as a league, then, what do you think about? I know to bring up the XFL again, but with a newer league like them, they're trying to, kind of test out new things with the game, whether it be fan interaction or on-field stuff. Will we be able to expect anything like that? Are you guys going to be trying to kind of, I guess, push the envelope a little bit more?
I think for the kickoff season, the main thing that we're really focused on is getting the players out there.
Mm-hmm.
We've been working on this, like I said, for a little over 2 years now. And the big thing is when we had planned on having our starting season, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So I think at this time we're kind of more focused on just being able to finalize everything and letting our players get their field time. We've held them up enough as it is. At this point, we're ready just to let them play.
Completely understandable with that. I mean, I think it's safe to say that this year has not gone according to plan to many people.
Right.
How's that for an understatement? Um, but of course, we bring up the players. The players are going to be the keystone for a new league, of course. So how what has it been like trying to um, build the rosters? What's the process been like, and how's the talent pool?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. One of the big things that we've actually started pushing out now is if you follow the league's social media channels and you look at the team's social media channels, we actually have our marketing directors pushing out videos and highlight clips of these guys who are going to be playing for us. I know we have a pretty big following at this point, and we're trying to keep pushing that.
Hmm.
And if you're interested in seeing, who's going to be on the field or who's going to be playing for your local team, check us out on our sites. We have highlight reels going of these guys on the field. We have, just quick clips of them training, a whole bunch of different stuff to really showcase what kind of talent we're going to be bringing to this game.
All right, of course, all that stuff will be linked, whether it be on the YouTube or we'll also be linking it on our Twitters and Instagram as well. Um,
Right.
Yeah, we'll be linking everything for that. Be super easy to find. And then with that, so what? How's the practice been like with them? Are you guys able to just adapt to the new COVID guidelines with that? Have you? Has it been kind of like a pause in it? What's it been like trying to adapt to what seems like things that are just constantly changing?
Yeah, I think, it's kind of been a mixture of both, just like everyone else has been seeing. Obviously, we're doing what we can to adapt to the guidelines.
Hmm.
Being in California, it seems that it's been hit a little bit more than the other areas have been.
Yeah.
So, you're still trying to get the guys out and practicing. We're still trying to get them to get some sort of field time in. And if that means they can't do an organized practice, we still want to see the dedication from them and make sure, hey, get on the field with one of your buddies who you can.
Hmm.
And just make sure you're running your drills, make sure you're staying on top of your game. Because once this clears up, in a couple of months, we are going to be starting those exhibition matches like we talked about.
Yeah. And then also to go kind of along with that too. So we talked about how we got the players. So players, just real quick, are there like open tryouts? Is that how you kind of found them, or closed tryouts, invitationals?
So tryouts were done based on schooling. As we talked about
Mm-hmm.
before, the big thing was that in order to play, you had to be an active participant in higher education. Tryouts, practices, everything were already held, and that was done quite a while ago. At this point, we've been kind of just making sure the players understand where we're staying with everything. And that was part of the big holdup. Again, obviously, with our season supposed to be starting and then COVID hitting, it kind of
Yeah.
pushed everything back. So we've had the roster set for quite a while at this point.
Okay. Gotcha with that. And then going along with that, what was it like? How did you guys acquire the coaching staff with that? And then do they have to have the same guidelines, whether they be in higher education, where they've already graduated from higher education? How does that apply to the coaching staff?
So coaching's a little bit different. Obviously, at that, we're looking at guys who understand the game and
Mm-hmm.
really understand what we're trying to bring to these players. Higher education, while not a requirement for them, it's obviously something that we as a league look favorably upon. And it's just because it's really what our mission is we want these guys to focus on the football, but mainly we want them to focus on their education above anything else in their community. The big thing that we're looking for when it comes to the coaching staff is, like I said, we just want to make sure that we were able to find people that really understood what we as a league wanted to see,
Mm-hmm.
and were able to drive these guys in order to perform both on and off the field.
Gotcha. And then kind of do those coaches kind of smaller colleges around the area, bigger high schools around the area? What kind of pedigree or background are some of these guys coming from?
So a lot of the general managers of the teams are actually the ones who have worked directly with the coaching staff.
Mm.
We have a large variety. Obviously, one of our general managers is pretty big into business on the side of his life. We have another guy who is really big into tech and marketing. It's kind of somebody from all walks of life. Myself, I'm the commissioner of the league. But outside of that, I actually am a financial guy,
Mm.
So we kind of bring everybody in
Yeah.
from all over the place. That way they really understand, no matter where you're at, we're looking at different aspects in order to form this league.
Well, it just sounds like you guys got a really well-rounded board of directors right there. If we want to talk some business.
Yeah.
Um, and so, what kind of like is your overall goal for this league? I mean, your reasoning, you guys would like to bring back the arena football to the West Coast. But do you have like a overall kind of goal that you're trying to achieve with this?
Yeah, I think the overall goal that we're really trying to achieve outside of bringing football back, our number one priority is community, family engagement, and education.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the thing that sets us apart is obviously the higher education for the players. And we really want to drive that point home to not only the players, but to our fan base. We want them to understand that as a football league, we understand that entertainment and fun is what you're here for. But we also want you to know that bettering yourself and bettering your community should be a huge priority in everybody's lifestyle.
Love that. I mean, I can't really think of a football league that kind of has that as their mindset. So that's a really cool thing that you guys are bringing to the table.
Definitely, thank you.
Of course. And so, we talk socials, and so where can we find you guys? Website?
Yeah, so we actually have a bunch of different options in terms of viewing us.
Mm-hmm.
The website is going to be pretty general information. Most of what you and I actually just went over is going to go ahead and be listed on that website. Outside of that, the best kind of way to find us is going to be on our social media channels. For the league, we have Twitter. We're at WCAF_league. Facebook, we're still under our old name on there. We're at official CGSL, or you can find us just by looking up CGSL football.
Mm-hmm.
We have an Instagram, same thing. It's at WCAF_official. We have a LinkedIn actually for all of our business partners, and that's going to be at WCAF football. And then YouTube, you can find us at the WCAF Sports Network. And the big thing about YouTube is that is currently where all of our games will be streaming from. With the worldwide idea that we're looking at, anybody, no matter where you're at, if you can get on YouTube, you can watch our games. Currently, what our big thing is that we'll be doing an all-access pass. You'll be able to stream the game from anywhere, and it's only $21 in order to do that.
Now, just real quick, is that per season?
Nope. So right now that's going to be per game with only the 2-game plan with the exhibition matches.
Gotcha.
Once we're up and running fully and everything's cleared up due to COVID, at that point we're going to evaluate how we're going to do season passes.
Totally understandable with that. Of course, like we said, everything will be linked. Love how you guys taking kind of social media presence. Obviously, we all know when it comes to promotion, social media is king, whether you like it or not. So it's a little important, right?
With the social media too, the big thing is if you go on our main page, you can go ahead and link to every single one of the team's social media accounts too. As a league, we have every team linked on there, so it's a quick, easy way to follow any of us.
That's perfect. And then I like how everything's going to be streamed on YouTube. Obviously, that's a platform that millions of people are already very comfortable with. And when it comes to accessibility of trying to watch games, I feel like it doesn't get much easier than that.
Right.
All right. And then, Dan, is there anything else that you'd like to comment on with this league? Anything else that we should know about this? And why any other reason why we should be really excited for this league coming hopefully in 2021?
No, I mean, like I said, we definitely have those 2 exhibition matches set for February of 2021. It's only $21 to go ahead and watch the game. Follow our social media accounts. Follow our YouTube channel. We have highlight videos and quick vids posted all the time of our players, our league, promotional items. Just go ahead and make sure you give us a follow and check it all out. Stay tuned. Once these exhibition matches are up and once COVID's cleared up, we want to come out and we want to hit the field hard.
Yes, sir. You guys heard the man. So once you're done listening to this, which we do, thank you very much for tuning in all the way to the end. Make sure to go check out all the links that I will have listed. Make sure to follow all these socials because starting today, start the countdown. February 2021 is a date that we can look forward to. Dan, thank you so much for taking some time out of your very busy schedule trying to, start up a brand new football league. And thanks for coming on to the show and be able to talk about this very exciting league that you guys got going on right here.
No, definitely, Ross. Thank you so much for taking the time out to have us on today. Myself, I appreciate it. The league, we appreciate it. The players, our coaching staff, our general managers. It was awesome to be able to sit down and talk to you and get our message out.
Yes, sir. That's what we're here for. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us. Like I said, follow everything, and we will catch you guys in the next show.